Marketplace chit chat where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do so we can learn from them and we can also support them. Today we have Henrietta,
Yeah.
all the way in Houston, joining us.
Mhm.
She's a makeup artist
Mhm.
and she's been on Iwing Marketplace for many years now. She's doing a fantastic job. Thanks for joining us, Henrietta.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. How is it going
Yeah.
in Houston? How's the weather and how's everything going in Houston?
Well, the weather right now is nice. There's a lot of pollen outside.
Oh, wow.
But so far it's a nice weather. We haven't gotten to that peak of Houston heat yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of enjoying the weather right now.
Wow. Has it been raining or?
No. In the last 2 weeks, no, not really.
Oh, nice. So, please, can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
All right. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be on the show today. It's been a long time coming. I think we've been postponing this for like ever. And finally, we made it in 2025. My name is Henrietta Mofoke. I'm a makeup artist. Well, that's my side job, and I love to do it. I've been doing it for about, I'll say, 8 years. Um, I actually started this when I was in college, right? So back when we were in college, we used to always have like cultural night and ASO, African Students Organizations, ASOs. So I was always the designated makeup artist for like the girls when they had to go do fashion shows or anything of that sort. So that's where I started my journey, right? Obviously, if I compare my work back then as the beginner and now, I've improved a lot. I really love what I do because I love to see people's faces like when they're like, oh my God, especially people who have never had the makeup done professionally. I love to see their faces, like the way they smile. They're like, "Oh, I look so good. Oh, I don't recognize myself in a good way." I always love it. That's the joy that it brings me, and plus, I really, really love doing it. So,
Wow,
I
that's
love what I do.
so. What's your specialization apart from doing makeup for your friends at school? Do you do like wedding makeup or special
Mhm.
effect or?
Yeah, I do wedding makeup. People who call for weddings, birthdays, photo shoots, events, just whatever the occasion is. I'm an
Mhm.
all rounder. I do everything.
Wow. How long
Mhm.
have you been doing this?
I think since 20, I'll say 2012, 2012, 20, yeah, around 2012, yes.
Are you
Because
kidding me? That's a long
yeah,
time.
yeah, it's a very long time. Yeah, that's
Wow.
when I started playing around with brushes. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll always be on YouTube watching YouTube videos. And so I
Mm-hmm.
started practicing on myself too. But along the years, I got better and better because not just practicing on myself and watching YouTube videos, I also take lots of online classes in between because every now and then something changes, right? I always bring up this new technique. So I try to improve my skills every now and then with online classes.
That's beautiful. A lot of time, we have these skills, but we're always reluctant to, pursue it as a
Yes.
side hustle. What was
Mm-hmm.
that reason that made you decided that, okay, I want to take this serious and, have a passive income from it?
So there was this show, I think it was, I can't remember exactly this, I mean, it's a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago. That happened in Dallas. So they wanted to showcase like makeup artists. It was like they were looking for makeup artists, right, to come in there and just do some work for the models that were going to walk on the runway. And I got some news about it. And so I decided it was kind of like a volunteering thing. It wasn't a paid thing or anything like that, but just to kind of showcase your talent and then put yourself out there. So I got that news. I wish I could remember the name of that show. And then I decided to join it. So after I did the makeup on that day, and people were like, "Oh my God, I like it." And mind you, When I
Hmm.
look at my work back then and now, I'm like, oh my God, I will never even do this on my worst enemy. But makeup has progressed along the years, right? What used to be in fashion in those days is no longer what it is now. So when you look at makeup back in like 2012, 2013, and now, a lot has changed. So I think after that event that I went to, it kind of prompted me. I was like, you know what? I can actually do this thing full time. So I started buying all the little things that I needed. I got my makeup kit, and that's how I kicked off. It just goes word of mouth, right? So your friends
Right.
will be like, I got a lot of help too from my friends. I know people say, oh, when you're doing makeup, don't focus on your friends or whatever. I never really focused on them, but it was a very important part of my journey because the word of mouth, you got to tell other people, oh, you know what, if you're looking for makeup artist, oh, she actually does makeup. And just like that, that's how my journey began.
Wow, that is amazing. To have
Yeah.
a passive income coming
Yep.
in from
Mhm.
one of the skills that you have. It's a
Yeah,
big blessing. So,
it is.
what comes in a makeup package, like for a bridal makeup package? What comes in it? Like, I mean, you have to bring the products, and I mean, you can explain that better.
All right. So the bridal makeup package, right?
Yeah.
Um, it comes with like a bridal kit, a bridal touch-up kit, and then it also comes with like the pre-trial. The reason why I do the pre-trial is because we want to do the makeup that is going to for the bride to look basically mimic what we're going to do for the bride on her wedding day. So in this session, we get to have our one-on-ones. We get to pick the colors, like if she wants a specific type of eyeshadow, if she wants a specific type of lipstick, anything of that sort. If she's looking for any type of specific lashes, everything we do in the pre trial makeup. So that eventually on the D day, on the actual wedding day, we're just going to do exactly what we did in the pre-trial makeup. So that's part of the package. That's what it comes with.
Wow. So do you travel or around Texas or out of Texas, or you mostly attend to your customers only in Houston?
It's mostly Houston, but I do travel if required, right? So if they need me to travel, yes, I will travel.
Wow. So like, do you have a number or figures of the number of events or clients that you were able to attend to, or wedding as
Oh,
well?
oh my God. Let me see. Everything count. I'm trying to remember off the top of my
Just
head.
just approximate.
Um, maybe brides. So far, I've had about 5 brides, but
Mm,
the rest of the makeup that I've done, bridesmaids, and then a
mm,
lot of people always like home service. So I'm
mm.
always finding myself, doing a lot of home services. Yeah.
That's beautiful. So for the wed like for wedding, when you're hired to do makeup at wedding, right? Do
Uh-huh.
you do like the bride and the whole bridal train, or?
Now that depends. I have done that actually,
Hmm.
which is, by the way, not an easy job to do because imagine you be standing for a good 7 hours straight up. It's even hard to have a bathroom break. But yes, I have done brides and bridal trains, but sometimes it's just the bridesmaids, and
Hmm.
then like the bride will probably have like another makeup artist.
Hmm. So how do you handle a stressful situation when you have, you know, when doing makeup? Sometimes family member will come, do mine first, all those things. Do you have a situation, and how have you handled it?
Oh my God, that happens all the time, all the time. Um, so what I do is I focus on why I'm there, right? On the clients that actually booked me. Because I find that with a lot of family and friends, sometimes they don't want to book, right? It's almost like that doubt and oh my God, what can you do? And then when you get there and you start doing the makeup and then they're like, oh my God, it looks so good. Then they start asking you, oh, can you draw my eyebrows? Can you? And I'm just like, no. Because already I've been standing there for hours, right? You can literally just be like, can you add me to your booking? But they don't want to do that. It's kind of like they're trying to take advantage of you, the fact that you're there as a makeup artist. They just want you to do these things for them. it happens all the time, all the time. So usually I just stay cool. Sometimes if they ask me, I'll be nice and I do it, or I'll just say no, I cannot. Especially if I have another appointment that day that I need to run to. Obviously, I can't keep the next client waiting because this certain number of, I call them, this like extras, just decided to make up their mind at that moment. You don't want to hold the next client back, because the reason is, when people book for makeup appointments, right? You
Yeah.
prepare well ahead of time, and I give them a specific time, depending on what time the event starts, right? If they're starting, let's say, at like 12, and I have like six people before them, I'll tell them I'm going to be there at exactly 6 a.m. And at 6 a.m., I'm going to be there, because I factor in how much time it's going to take me to do everybody's face, especially if it includes the bride. I usually take more time with my brides because that's the day, right? I want to keep them comfortable, make sure that they're okay, and take my time between. Not that I don't take time with the other with the bridesmaids and the other people, but I save time. I save the best, for last. So you factor in the time, and
Mm-hmm.
I give the time based on the number of people that I've booked. So imagine you organizing yourself, and then you've put in all this time, and and you've told yourself you're gonna start doing makeup from 6 to 11, or like by 11:30 you'll be done, so they can rush and go begin the event. And some one, two entities, three entities just come in and like, oh, can you draw my eyebrows? Oh no, I cannot, respectfully, I cannot
Mm.
do it. Yeah.
So what's the process to book Glam by Coucsie?
Most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
people just text me. I get calls and text messages. Most of the times, it's usually text messages. So if anyone wants to book
Mm-hmm.
any makeup sessions, if you have an event, a birthday, wedding, or just whatever your event is, and you're trying to book the makeup appointment, you can just text me and I'll respond.
Okay, that's really cool. So, guys, if you're watching, if you're in Houston,
Mhm.
Dallas, or anywhere around, the DFW area, and maybe even Oklahoma, right?
Yeah,
Which state again is not far? New Orleans, all those
yeah,
places,
Austin.
wherever you are, and
Yeah,
you want a makeup artist, contact Glam by Coucsie, and she'll
yeah.
give a good job. This is summer, a lot of events and wedding will be
Mhm.
coming up. She can handle large. You'll handle large parties as well,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Mm. So,
Mm.
what are some of the challenges that, apart from the one you mentioned, what are some of the other challenges that you face?
One of the other challenges is sometimes the drive, right? Even
Mm,
though I do factor that in. So when you booking, where people book for events for like makeup with you, you want to factor in like a travel fee, because sometimes the drive, it is not fun at all, and you have to make those long drives, and then get to the destination, to the events venue, and do makeup for like 7 hours or more, and then
yeah.
you have to drive back. So that driving back, like, if you have someone that can help you, maybe you have an assistant. Personally, I don't have an assistant, but if
Mm,
you have someone that can help you, maybe your sister, just a nice family member, your significant other, whatever, that can really come drive you back. That's a huge help, because you'll be exhausted, and
wow.
you don't want to be driving, in that state. So
Right.
that's one of the challenges too. Mhm.
And Houston, the traffic in Houston
Oh
is
yeah, it's
really
bad.
wow.
It's bad.
So, what have you learned so far from the more than 10 years being a makeup artist?
What I've learned, number one, make sure that when people are booking for your events, especially if it's someone that you've never met before, be strict with your rules and your prices, right?
Hmm.
You want to make sure that that person leaves a deposit, a non-refundable deposit, because I've had a situation, and I'm just gonna give an example here that happened to me. I had these people that were coming in from out of town that booked an appointment. I think they were celebrating a birthday
Hmm.
party or something, and it was supposed to be a party of five. And
Hmm.
the person that booked me never showed up.
Wow.
So I got to the venue. I was there at 8 a.m. and that was one of the mistakes. And after that, I learned very hard from this mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got there at 8 a.m. and I was like, oh, this lady booked me, and they were like, oh, unfortunately, she could not make it. The lady never ever texted me. She never even got to me to be like, "Oh, I have this emergency. I cannot make it anymore." But when you get to the venue, talk to these other ladies. No, there was no communication whatsoever. So mind you, I drove about an hour to that venue. And I got there and all the ladies were confused. Oh my God, someone like, oh, you didn't know that she booked for makeup. We didn't know this. And mind you, I'm standing there. I have no deposit, non-refundable deposit in my hand, nothing. So it's a waste of my time. And it's so disrespectful to the person that is there because clear communication, I mean, it's just all we need, right? So that the
Right.
person doesn't even have to make the drive at all. So one of the things that I've learned is always make sure that you get that deposit, your non-refundable deposit. If they cannot make it or whatever, at least for your time, because for that time slot that that person took, you could have been working on somebody else. But
Right.
then, this person was here and this person took this time. So without having those deposits, you want to pay yourself, I mean, compensate yourself um, for that waste of time, right? Another thing um, that I learned, when
Mm-hmm.
you're doing your work, it doesn't matter if you're a makeup artist, you're a photographer, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is as your hustle, your professional, your business.
Mm-hmm.
People will come to you um, asking you for what your prices are, and you give them your prices. Stick to your prices. You know your worth, you know what you do, and you know how good your work is. You may not be the best out there, but at least you're comfortable from what you've done so far. You can tell your clients have testified. Stick to your price. And people come to you and be like, oh, you're charging this, the other person is charging that. Okay. You knew that the other person was charging that, yet you came to me. Why? There has to be a reason why you came to me. So people will try to confuse you like that and try to make you mad. But just smile, be professional, and be like, unfortunately, these are your prices. This is what you work with. Sometimes the way the client comes to you, they'll be so nice. You want to even work with that person. You even be like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's kind of. But a lot of times, the way they come to you is almost like I don't want to use passive aggressive. I don't know if passive aggressive is the word. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you could have gone to somebody else. I mean, you saw somebody that was cheaper.
Right.
Why didn't you just go there? Why come to someone who is, I mean, build their business for years and they're working so hard and they've, built this portfolio for themselves and you're trying to bring them down just because you feel like the price doesn't fit in your bracket. I always say it. I'm like, the sky is big enough for everyone, right? There's so many
Right.
makeup artists out there. There's so many photographers. If one person doesn't work for you, you can just move over to the next person instead of making that person feel bad. So one of the advices that I give to people is know your worth, stick to it, and add that to your work
That's a
because
good one.
you know what you do, you're good at what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and just be confident in yourself and just stick to what you know. Don't let people like clients or customers come to you and bring you down and always get that initial non-refundable deposit. So those are the two things that I've learned. Another thing that I've learned in my journey, if you do work well and you work very well with your clients, they'll come back. Because I'm telling you, like most of my clients that I've worked with, I never met them before. But now we're such good friends
Mm-hmm.
because I build that kind of rapport. Maybe it's just my energy and the person that I am. I'm a people's person. It's easy for me to make friends with people. So a lot of my clients actually became my friends in a
Wow.
good way, yes. Because they enjoyed the way I worked with them, how I made them feel comfortable and all that. And it wasn't just even about the makeup, it's just how I made them feel and how I worked with them. And so they're always finding themselves coming back. So when people come to you, don't be rude. Like just be nice, be kind to people all the time. If it's something that you cannot do, just tell them nicely, even if they're nasty to you,
Right.
just be nice to those people, be respectful, keep it professional, and keep it moving because this person is not your client today, but your doors are always open. God is always going to open doors for you. You cannot do everybody's makeup, but one thing for sure is that you always have a client. So just stay positive, stay confident, and Know your worth.
You're full of wisdom.
Yes.
Full of wisdom. Who is your biggest inspiration and how?
It's God. Oh. It's God. And my mom too. My mom is a very positive human being. Like no matter what it is that is going on, she's always her mind is always positive. I've never met a woman or a human being that has such a positive mindset. So with my mom being my backbone and also God. I pray a lot. I'm a child of God and I will speak over God's Jesus name all day, every day. So I look up to God. Before I do anything, I always, entrusted in God's hands and I always tell God to make the way for me, to speak to whatever clients, whoever I'm going to be working to, just to make sure that the atmosphere we're in the right atmosphere and everything is good. So that's what gives me a boost of confidence to do what I do.
So we got lots of young people now, especially back in Cameroon
Mm-hmm.
and even here, that are thinking of a side hustle to do, right? What
Mm-hmm.
advice do you have for them?
My advice is find something that makes you happy.
Hmm.
Don't go do something because somebody is doing it, the other person did it, and this person did it, and that person did it. The underlying question is, does that make you happy? You see this makeup I do, it makes me so happy when I do it. Because again, like I said, I like to see my clients' faces at the end, how happy it makes them and stuff like that. So you have to find something that works for you and something that you're happy doing. Because if you're not happy doing it, you're not going to want to get up to go meet the next client or to even take any jobs at all. And always find something doing. Um, it's okay for IT specialists, with doctors, and with doing all these other professions. But if you have a side hustle, it's very, very important so that there's always that passive income that's coming in from somewhere. Take the time, take the sacrifice. If you have any little bit of money and you're doing trainings or anything of that sort, whether it's baking, doing makeup, just whatever it is that you can do with your hands. I always advise the younger generation to do work with your hands. Have a talent, have something nice, something that you can be doing that is going to make you happy. No sacrifice is small. At the end of the day, whatever sacrifice you made is always going to pay off. Especially if you're serious about it, it will pay off. So I like to advise the younger generation to find something to do. With
That's a
the
good one. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good one. And for me, is the learning process. You learn a lot when you have like a side hustle. The
yes, you
person
do.
that you become, the transformation,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
reward that you are serving, because we are here to serve.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, it's you. There's no price tag to that.
At all. There's no price tag to it. No, none at all.
Wow.
You feel fulfilled. I mean, when you're done with that, you look and be like, oh my God, when I started this journey, I couldn't even do this. But now, after practicing, after taking my training, now I can actually do this. And then you start your own business for yourself. Because when
Mm.
you're looking up to those people, you're like, you want to be like them, you want to get to that level where people can also know about you. Again, like I said, the sky is big. They can never have too many bakers. You can never have too many makeup artists. You can never have too many photographers. There's room for everyone, literally. You will always have a client. Always.
Wow.
Just
And I love the fact that you emphasize on, using your hands, learning
yeah.
something with your hands, and you've made several mention of, baking, photography. I mean, I think that is powerful, because I know
Mm,
so many people that are really good in things like this, but they
mhm.
have self-doubt, and
Yeah.
whereas, if you're a mom, your children will be inspired to
Mm-hmm.
see you run a small business. That's how I got inspired from my mom and dad. My mom is a caterer, my dad is a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
They've inspired me because, they work for themselves. So I
Yeah.
really love the fact that you emphasize on people using their hands.
Yep. Yep.
So this is 2025 and the summer coming. There'll be lots of events going on. For
Yep.
people who have not tried your service or services, what do you have to tell them?
Um, just text me. Just send me a text message on the number that's posted on the screen, and we can work with you. Because it depends on what it is that you're trying to do, right? So if there's any events. I know there's lots of graduations coming up, weddings. There's just so much happening right now, especially in May. So just reach out to me to the number on the screen, and I'll be more than happy to work with you.
Wow, this has been amazing. I'm glad we finally got to, have this chit chat.
I know.
Is there anything that you want to add? Is there any question that I left out?
No, I think you pretty much asked me everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we focus on makeup, but there's other things that I do too. I sell very nice, rich anti-boo-boos, the way we
Do
call
you
it.
have some pictures?
Yes, I do have some pictures, but not on me right now because I'm actually using my
I
phone.
mean, some of the bubos you can display. You can wear some and display. You have some few minutes to
Oh,
display.
right now?
Yeah. Or you can
Oh
just
my
show. You
goodness.
can just hold it and show
Um,
quickly.
what I'm wearing right now is actually one of
Stand up,
them.
let's see. Stand up and
Okay,
push back. Let's see.
you're not going to be able to see like I do
No,
have some that I
even part of it is nice. Even if you can see like part of it.
I do. Okay, so this is one that I'm wearing right now. Unfortunately, it's
No, it's
my
good. We're still seeing. It's
hair is
good.
across the wall. Yes. So this
Wow.
is one right now, and then I
Mm-hmm.
have the other ones that like jacquard,
Wow.
fabric.
Mm-hmm.
They come in like a lot of different colors.
Mm-hmm.
I have, and this one, there's actually a separate Instagram page for this. So if you go to my Instagram, the Instagram page for this one is called, I don't know if you can see it. It's called GBC Collection One. That's the
Okay.
Instagram page for this one.
GBC Collection 1.
Yes. So
Nice.
if you search for GBC Collection One on Instagram, then you see um all the ones on there. I have a whole bunch
So you
of
ship
colors.
you ship in all the 50 states.
I do ship.
So something like that, the one you're wearing, how much would that go for?
This one will go for $80.
$80.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really fair. I
So
mean,
it just depends on the uh it depends on the
the
boo.
shipping cost will
Yeah.
depend too on
And then also the shipping cost, yeah,
location.
but this one's at 80, then the different ones have different prices. So if anyone is interested, just you can use the same number that was displayed on the screen. Just text me. I ship to all 50 states.
Wow, that is beautiful. This
Mhm.
has really been an enriching conversation. I'm so
Yeah.
glad again we finally got to do this. Thanks for joining us today and
Thank
keep
you.
doing the amazing job that you're doing. And we
Thank you.
probably will have another chat some other time.
Yes, hopefully.
And
Thank you so much.
I'm going to list your bubu or your clothing business on Iwing Marketplace
Thank
right
you.
here. I'm going to create your
Thank you
profile.
so much.
You're welcome. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for watching. Please help us share this video. And if you have a graduation, birthday party, or wedding coming up, please contact Glam by Coucsie. She's based in Houston and she's open to travel. That's her number right there. This is Iwing Marketplace Chit Chat. Please download Iwing Marketplace app and support other businesses on the platform, or you can use the website as well. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome. Bye.